Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, as a human being in this earth, the time you experience is very rare. And this moment is so valuable. Always you have to reflect on it. And you have to know there is a moment come. This all going to end. So that's why urgently, whenever you have opportunity, you have to practice something for you, for your mind, even not for your physical. Why? Because even this physical one day going to change. But whatever you develop in your mind, going to be the greatest profitable skill for you when you end this life. So at the same time, your purpose should be not to become anymore with this material or mental world, not to have any kind of life anymore. Why? Because this life is not belong to us. This whatever we experience always belong to four elements. So when the four elements change, according to that change, according to that behavior, whatever the outcome going to affect for us, and at the same time, we also have to change according to that. So we don't know that change, what going to bring us next. And then there always it's going to be a struggle. So just imagine in this very lifetime as a human being, the life you experience, can you just come to the point of acceptance? So whatever happening to you, can you accept it? Why you always interfering, and why you always moving and trying to do something? Why you resisting whatever happens to you? So this nature going to be forever. That's why whenever go in the samsara, there is no place that you can rest yourself. Naturally, you are in a current to resist an interference. So that's why in meditation, we slowly drop these two methods consciously. Interference and resistance. If you come to a point not to have that both, and then to see yourself and recognize, even deeper in that recognition, listen this very carefully, even in that recognition, it should be only the recognition. Why? Without having mental reaction, conversation, without having mental interference. That is not easy. So that's why you have to practice. Without practicing, it's not going to happen. It may happen if you have some kind of profitable skills you accumulated from the samsara. But who knows? It is better ourselves, we look and we practice. So when it comes to this life, there are always this life It's like a water bubble. Any time can blow out. Any time can disappear. So then before it happens, and try to do your best for you. Of course, we have other activities, but always remember, you are your own master. Whatever you practice inside you, whatever the way you maintain your life inside you, it's going to be there with you. So that's why then you come to a point to practice something valuable. So out of this whole material world, physical world, the most important place is the moment we experience right now, right here, this present moment. So that's why when you're able to keep your mind in that place with the total acceptance and without any resistance or without any interference, in that very moment, you will reach to the level of samadhi or undisturbed mind. When you come to that level, when you come to that point, the moment and moment, whatever we experience as sensation or as recognition, as perception, and you can see it is in change. So out of that change, out of the perception, the experiencer arise. So what is your life mean? What you already experienced, whatever the perception happened to you, and you grab that all as a perceiver, and that is what who you are today. If you reverse your life, and then little by little, take out that whatever you perceived, there is a moment come. It goes to your past life. And then from there to the again and again, like that. The mental formation you accumulated has a deeper roots. But uproot that all, you no need to go backward. In that very moment, if you see the perception, how it changed, that recognition will help you to understand the recognizer also come as a result of that recognition. And then when you see, when you recognize very clearly how the perception change, naturally you come to a point to understand this experiencer or the perceiver also change. So then the perception and the perceiver, experience and experiencer, when you see that both change, then you come to a point to liberate from this conventional life. So without seeing that change just happening will bring by the tranquility state. That is the ability in the tranquility meditation. But to see the change, you have to come to the level of vipassana. Because mostly we become more comfortable in that mental state when you're able to recognize something, see something, but when you enjoy what you're seeing, when you enjoy, when you be with what you perceive, it itself slowly develop the perceiver or the experiencer, and it not allow you to see the change. That's why it is a little bit challenge. And that's why the self become more stronger even in the tranquility meditation. And it again and again and again and again will keep happening with these mental formations rather than ending it. So then you have to come to a point and question yourself, why you have to end this? Because there is nothing beyond this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. There's nothing to experience. And then whatever you experience, it is not yours, and it's a moment of change. So then it is what keep happening all the time. This all the struggle for that change. Our problem is mostly when we experience something, when we enjoy something, we don't go to the depth of that enjoyment. And while we enjoying what will happen, we will imagine about the next moment or something else. So that itself brings us the desire, go beyond recognizing the change. So then if you're able to come to a point, whatever that happening with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and come to the point, settle down without interference, without resisting, just accept it and see. And then you will recognize. That recognition is very necessary, because our living itself means your physical, your feelings, your consciousness should keep moving. That is what we call living. Your physical, your feelings, your consciousness, awareness should keep moving. So keep moving means what? Keep moving means you are interfering with the perception. So if you are interfering with the perception, or if you are resisting with the perception, you cannot recognize it. So then what you mean by enjoying the life, living the life, is another way you missing the life, because you don't know what is life. You know only your feelings, your movements. You know only your awareness. But when it comes to the deeper sense, it is just an outcome of your life. Your physical is the outcome of your life. Your feelings is the outcome of your life. And your consciousness or the awareness is the outcome of your life. Just imagine then, if you catch or hold or get this outcome as the life, you very missing the meaning of it. So when it comes to the purpose of life, mostly people thinking, enjoying, having a happy life. And sometimes if you look, what is that happiness mean? It is also another idea or the concept from someone or somebody we borrowed. And when we keep follow that, then lately we missing the deeper, the real life happening to us. So then it is your responsibility. You have to be very careful out of this life. If you look for the happiness or the satisfaction or the success, and you have to see what you look for. Where are you going to go? And today Britney Spears gave a public statement for the Los Angeles courthouse. And if you have opportunity, just read it. It's everywhere. You can see in any media and see what she tell about herself. So, but how about the the young girls, and looking at her, I want to become kind of like a Britney Spears, so kind of like that, they think like that way and believing it is the happiness, it is the success. So whenever you have opportunity, just read it. You can listen to it, maybe many medias, and I publish it today. So it is very, very important. Why? Because as a success or as a life, as happiness, we borrowed certain ideas from others. And then we struggling with that. And once we get it, and we recognize it is not the life. So then you miss already your life and keep looking something else. So that's why even it can happen to the enlightenment also. So that's why you have to be very clear what you mean by enlightenment. So, other thing is, you have to be very clear with what you mean by meditation. So anything, you don't need to afraid to question it, argue about it, and become very clear for your sake of your practice, sake of your living, rather than just keep following. Why? Because there is a sutta called Akkana Sutta in the Anguttara Nikaya, that chapter 8, you can find this sutta. It's a Akkana. Akkana means, Kana means Shana in Pali. Kana means the space, the moment, opportunity. Means that Akkana is like no opportunity, no space, no moment. So in your life, so far, this all happening around you because you have space. You had opportunity so far. This moment came as a result of this all the opportunities, this all the space. So then, and when it comes to the human life, the very important part that you get the right to space. Because if you went to the wrong place, if you get the wrong space, what happened? Like you become like animal, or maybe you become like a Brahma, these deities that exist with just the awareness of the consciousness itself and no ability to hear or see. But look yourself, how this happened to you when you have no idea. So you have no idea how this happened to you. The same way, you have no idea how this is going to disappear from you. Remember that. In an unknown place, unknown moment, this will disappear from you. It happened to all of us. So this opportunity that you gain is so important. The space you gain as this human being. Just imagine, in this sutta, Buddha mentioned different existence. Like if you're born in an animal realm or the animal plane, Or if you go more deeper, lower existence, you have no opportunity to hear this anything. So even you became a human being, look how rare you gain that opportunity to hear this. Just imagine you became a millionaire. Maybe you have no time to sit and practice meditation. And at the same time, you became very poor and you have no money even, then how are you going to hear this anything? You have no computer or cell phone, no internet or kind of like that. And you became just homeless. You have forget about meditation. You're trying to survive yourself. But look, this all happening to you somehow. And there's no guarantee. It will keep happening to you tomorrow. This all can end by in 1 second. So then, this moment, this opportunity, don't lose. Always reflect on it and do your best. So there's a Mexican story that one time the whole earth was in fire. And then all the animals keep running away from the fire. And then there was a little bird. And go to the water, there was a little river, go to the water and bring drop of water and put it to this fire. Bring this little bit water, put it to fire. So like that, keep doing. So all other animals keep running away and saw this little bird and putting this water to fire. And all the animals just laugh and try to take her away from the fire because she is in danger. And all other animals, the birds, went there and told, "What you doing here? Let's run, run." So this little bird told, "You know, my grandmama told me a story. That according to that story, this earth is like the forest, not the fire. So there were trees in that story, not the fire. So I want to do my best for this fire to stop, because there's a possibility beyond this fire, maybe there are trees can happen again." So then this heard by the all other animals. And then they start to gather everyone. And they end the fire. So that encourage for each and every one. Remember, you heard the enlightened masters, you heard the Buddhas, you know, you at least you have opportunity to see the statue, picture of the Buddha. And even look that 3-4 generations go backward, your grandparents. Do you have any picture? Look yourself today, you're not going to find. You have no idea about that people. Your own ancestors. See, they disappeared. But 2,600 years ago, why you still keep this Buddha, this stranger that you don't know who is this? Even you forget your own people, you don't know about your own people. If your great-grandfather, if you keep a picture, it makes sense. This is my great-great-grandfather. Then, there's relationship to that. But look at the Buddha. So then what is this relationship? That relationship is, as human beings, that all living beings, the real life that we can experience can come out of the wisdom that we gain by purifying our own mind, not just following the ideas, dogmas, believings, patterns, become part of hierarchy. So the Buddha is the one who taught that in the very first time, in according to our this human civilizations. Buddha is the one who taught this. And not only that, he gave the best tool for that, to purify yourself. And not only that, he guaranteed, and he saw himself, and out of that, his teachings, it's that the lessons, there are a lot of people achieved to that. And from that point to today, and according to whatever the capacity that people have, that the opportunity people have, then the strength people put, and they gain the result. So then in your life, remember, this is the great opportunity you have. And I want to give another simile for you. Have you seen sometimes like turtle? When they, flip, when they up and down, they cannot turn themselves. It is very difficult. There are many animals sometimes, even these little flies, if they're caught up in this spider nets, they cannot get out of themselves. So same like our human life, sometimes, even though we walk and we do our things like that way, sometimes there are situations come. You become kind of like a flip, that turned turtle. Yourself, you cannot do anything. You just helpless. You have to be there. Sometimes our life become kind of like the, fly stuck in the spider net. You are helpless. But to still remember, if you keep practice yourself in this material physical world, there is no way that it may hold you in a prison. It always help you to get out of it. It doesn't matter whatever the physical difficulties come, whatever the up and down happen in your life, it always show you the path to move forward, rather than resisting or rather than interfering with that any situation. And that is one of the best skill that if you can develop, and wherever in this samsaric journey until you attain to the Nibbana, and if you develop that skill and keep it with you, and you go with that skill anywhere you go, and your life going to become more better than the life you already experienced. So then remember yourself, whenever you have opportunity, do your best. This world, what we experience, is like the burn It's like the everywhere the fire with the greed, hatred, and the delusion. But we heard, like the Buddha, all the enlightened masters in the ancient time, with the great compassion, heal this world. So then, if you develop the loving kindness, compassion, wisdom in you, and do your best, and maybe you can turn back this all and give that great opportunity to your other people, and you can share your life with all other, and you can give this wisdom as the gift to your next generation. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuto bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Yes.